Saturday morning thoughts. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now it is exactly 5:02 a.m. and it's freaking raining outside, man. You see I got on this white, but I'ma just thug it out because I am not changing today at all. Nope, I don't have time to do that this morning. Gotta make sure I get to work safely because I don't mind driving in the rain, okay? It's the people on the road that I'm concerned about. So I gotta make sure that I leave here at a good time so I can just, be in cruise control basically and not be speeding to work and, having that variable of wrecking my car. Nobody has time for that. I already got one car that's in the shop right now. I'll get that back sometime next week. So I got to make sure that I eliminate all of those unnecessary expenses, variables, all of that type of stuff that goes on. But anyways, man, this is the last day of the work week. It's been a long week too. I'll be working about 55 hours this week total because I went to work on Monday and I don't turn down any money. Can't afford to do that at all. So I feel a little bit fatigued, tired, but the thing that drives me all the time is thriving in chaos. When I'm in chaotic environments, I just get better. I learn more, I dial in a lot more, I get even more focused than ever before, and I love it. And you can call it crazy, a little bit of, psychopathic, but that's just how my mind works. I always show up when things go sideways in my life, when things go wrong, when there's unnecessary things that happen within my life, when I even fail. And one of my biggest quotes that I tell my son that's embedded in his brain is this: see, failure is a learning opportunity. I'm gonna say this again. Failure is a learning opportunity. Now, nobody likes to fail. We know that. But it happens. It's necessary in order for us to learn. We need to make sure that we remember all of the failures that have transpired within our lives. So when a situation like that occurs, we know how to adapt to it. We find a solution to it and we make sure that we work through it. So yes, you need to fail in life. Of course, men have to fail in life in order for us to learn because we are hard-headed creatures. We don't like to listen. We are super rebellious. And this is why the world is built the way that it is, because of rebellion. Hell, look at the United States of America, right? We rebelled against France, Spain, the UK. That's what we do, especially here in Texas. We were our own republic. We ran this state like a whole other country. So that's just what we thrive on, man. So whenever you run into problems, you run into unexpected expenses, things might not be going, the way that you wanted to within your life. Guess what? If you remember that failure is a learning opportunity, you will look at the situation like, okay, I'm going to learn something from this. God is trying to teach me something, and I need to just chill out, get out of my feelings, and start thinking from a logical perspective, man. And that's what keeps me going. I look around right now in my house, and I think about all of the things that brought me to this point, the wins and the losses. And I go back down memory lane and I laugh about it because I'll look at certain things around this house like, oh man, I fixed this wrong. And then, oh, I had to figure out why it went wrong, or I had to work extra hours in order to pay for this. Like this bar was not cheap at all. It was very expensive. So I look at these things and I reflect on it, and it gives me that drive to continue to move forward, to continue to push forward. Because if you've been watching this channel, I don't believe in retirement. at all. I believe in buying your freedom back and doing the things that you want, but I'm never going to retire. I'm not never going to be old and sitting on my ass watching TV all day or just playing golf all day, because that seems boring to me. Now, the thing that changed my life and my perspective about that is the fact that Charlie Munger, and if you guys are into finance, you know that Charlie Munger was Warren Buffett's right-hand man. Dude was a billionaire and he worked until he died. He was in his 90s. And right there, let me know, like, listen, you should never retire. It don't matter how much money that you have to continue to be productive in your life so you can live a long life. So even if you're my age, 40 years old, you think that, oh, well, I'm halfway there, or I just got 20, 25 more years left and I'm done. No, you're not. You're not done until your heart stops working, until you cannot breathe any more air within your lungs. No, you work until you die. And that's just what it is. It's been happening for centuries now. Men always work. This retirement thing is a new thing. All right. So you retire, and I'm going to tell you this, your health will start deteriorating because you're not going to be as active as you were when you were in the workforce. And I'm not saying you got to work for somebody, but you got to do something that's productive. Either, do some charity work, start a small business, but staying active is the important part of life. If you want to continue to see your kids grow, if you want to see your grandkids, even great grandkids, if you're that blessed to live to see that, you just got to keep working, man. You want all of your bodily functions to continue to keep moving, man. So these are the things that I'm thinking about this morning. Being productive, thriving in chaotic environments. And I had a conversation with a coworker of mine yesterday, and she was talking about how her new position is, so chaotic, and I don't know if I can do this, and I gotta always check on this and check on that. And you know what I told her? I told her, look, that sounds like music to my ears. And if it's something that you're not interested in, throw my name in the ring, bring me up and I'll do it, because that's how I function. I get better and stronger. It's kind of like a Super Saiyan. If you watch anime, I'll get a little bit nerdy here, but you know that Saiyans get stronger after every battle. Even within that battle, they might be getting their ass kicked, but what happens? They level up, and then eventually they put a whole can of ass whooping on whoever that is. It could be Frieza, it could be Cell, it could be Majin Buu. It don't even matter. But that's just how I operate. Chaotic environments is like me being in my comfort zone. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds insane, but it just makes me get more focused. It makes me dial in more, and it brings the best out of me. So do not be afraid, guys, of chaos, because you have to learn to thrive in it, because nobody can predict the future. So you just have to adapt to things that happen within your life. And when you do that, guess what? You come out stronger than ever before. You'll be smarter, sharper. You'll be able to think quicker on your feet. And then you'll be able to live to tell the story. So your kids or your siblings or your friends can know how to adapt to chaotic environments. All right. Well, that is my Saturday morning thoughts. Still got to eat, feed the dog, get my son motivated because he has a tournament this weekend, and I know he's going to go out there and kill it like his dad is right now when I head to work. All right, like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.
People still talking shit behind my back. That's cool, but I'ma just do me. It's all I can do. They say life's a chess game, well, make you move. But I'm ahead of you and I'm plotting my next move. Gon' run your mouth about me, it's all good. But I'ma still keep a positive attitude. But what you should worry about is what I'ma do. Cause right now I'm plotting my next move. I'm worthy before my competition.